No. No, I don't cry on set. I sob quietly to myself in my trailer afterwards. But, it's not, I remember as a kid reading the adventures of Captain Horatio Hornblower. He was the, captain of a ship in, 1800s British, historical drama. And he would always stand on the deck looking solid, like he absolutely knew what was going on. He knew where the Spanish galleons were. He knew that he had superior firepower. And he needed to do that for the crew. But inside he was going crazy. He was depressed. He was confused. But he had to show that he was still in control. Otherwise the crew would be demoralized and it would be a disaster. So directing sometimes is a little like that. And so you cannot sob in front of your crew. And any of you are film students, don't sob in front of your crew. It's not good.
No, I've not cried on set either. I did once, and then I thought to myself, what would David Cronenberg do? And I pulled myself together, and I went to my trailer, and I sobbed. But speaking of directing, oh my God, but this is not about Shrouds, but I feel like for me, the history of violence has some of the hottest sex in all of cinema. But how do you direct sex scenes? Are you in the room? Do you tell them and then like run around the block? Or like what's this?
I don't use storyboards in general, and in those days there was no such thing as an intimacy coordinator. It's a kind of strange new thing. And I've never actually, the only time I ever experienced what is called an intimacy coordinator, and if you don't know what that is somebody who stands there with you while you're working out the blocking of a sex scene. And I've only experienced it as an actor, because I was acting in a scene where there was some sex going on. This was long ago, and the woman who was being the coordinator was very new at the job, because it was a new job, and she would say, okay, now he is going to put his hand on your breast. Are you okay with that? She says, yes. She's very bored. She's a very experienced actor. She's no kid. We've both done sex scenes before as actors. And he's now going to put his face between your legs. And is that okay with you? I want to say, yeah, it's great. But I don't, because I say, yes, it's fine. And on with great detail. And I can see if there were younger actors who had not done this before and were nervous about it and needed to know what was going on. I can see the use of it. But I've never used that. I just work with the actors and usually experienced, they're not kids, and we just figure everything out. We just block the scene. I don't rehearse ever. So it's only when we're there blocking the scene that we start to work out exactly what's happening. But I must say that my scripts, if I've written a script, are very precise. And so the script is really the director to begin with. I mean, that's the way I feel. And an experienced actor will read what's there, will read the dialogue. Most of my sex scenes are also dialogue scenes, that's the other thing.
I love that. I mean, well, I was about to say, like, I really like having a conversation while I'm having sex, but I just said that, didn't I? I do love that about your sex scenes, that it's sort of like people are kind of working some stuff out while they're working some stuff out, which also feels really authentic, but geez, I just feel like it's so hot. I just would have to, there's a French director, Jan Gonzalez, who's also had these like really hot scenes in his films. And I asked him, I said, how do you direct those sex scenes? He's like, oh, I just like leave the room. I really am like Video Village, just like down the block, and so.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I sort of like shout like when they're doing it, like more.
No, I mean.
Dressing more.
No.
Dialogue.
No. That's grotesque. We work it out, and yes, I'm always watching on video. That's inevitable because I really want to see. That's one of the reasons why I much prefer digital to film. You know, one of the things is you really see right there what you're getting in terms of lighting and everything else. With film, you didn't get to see that for 3 or 4 days later after the film was developed and so on. And so you can see what's going on very directly, and especially in a sex scene, but also like an action scene. It's, you know, if this is 2 feet, 2 inches the wrong way, it doesn't look good. It's the lighting isn't right. So you get very precise that way. But it's very technical at that time. It's very technical. It's for the actors to supply the emotion and the hotness. I am not there to supply the hotness. Hot though I am. I must say, long ago, there was a critic, I think it was a French critic, he said, we know from his sex scenes that Cronenberg must be very good at sex. That's the best review I've ever. True or not, you might have to talk to some people. I'll give you their phone number.
Well, I think to sort of like, you know, wrap that up, thinking about like the way that the term body horror has been associated with your name for so long, and the way that there's a line in the Shrouds where maybe it's Terry who says to Karsh that you made a career out of bodies. And I think that you have also made a career out of bodies, but I would never say body horror. I think that you do, it's like, I'm going to invent a new genre that's called body honor. You know, I just really think that we are bodies, and you just lean into our abject nature in the most, you know, loving way, even as we like rot and ooze and fuck and cycle it back again. So thank you so much, Mr. Cronenberg, for so many films that honor the bodies, and it's no longer body horror, it's body honor.